Hey guys, Cam here from today'siphone.com, and I wanted to give you a quick overview of one of the apps that's making the rounds today. Everybody's talking about it. It's called Status Board by a company called Panic, and essentially it's this customizable dashboard that you can pretty much add any data you want from any of your accounts, whether it be email or Twitter or your calendar or whatever. You can add all sorts on here. Now this is my own personal preference. But I want to show you how it works. So basically, if you go into settings, you'll see all these different icons at the bottom here. Now obviously these do different things. So you've got a clock. If you want to add a clock onto here, you just drag and drop a clock onto there, and you can add weather. Essentially it's really cool, really responsive, and it's up to you how you want it. So I could take this, I believe this is my email. No, this is the news feed of all today'siphone.com's articles. Now I could actually drag and drop weather onto there, or I could put a calendar there, and you can resize them pretty much to any size that you like, depending on how much space you've got left. So this is my Twitter feed. I could make it really small, drag that down, make my calendar much bigger, or just get rid of it again completely, put it back how it is. Now the great thing about this is like I said, it's customizable, so you can actually create your own. If you've got to do it yourself, you can add there, and you can actually, if you've got a panel URL, you can just create your own panel and just have your own custom data on there. Something that's really useful for companies, because one of the things you can do with this, actually you can share this with other people. So you can hit the share button and you can share this. Let's say you work in a company with 10 other people and you want them all to have the same information on their iPads all the time. You can just send them a status board and everybody's got the same one, which is really handy. You can even beam this onto a projector. Yeah, so you can have it on your iPad or choose your HD TV and beam it out. It's AirPlay compatible, so it makes use of Apple's AirPlay technology. And this one at the top, if I can get it to respond, you have external display. There you go. You need an HDMI adapter and cable or an Apple TV. You can buy that. Actually, that costs an extra $9.99 or $6.99 in the UK. Now the app itself costs $9.99, so it's not the cheapest on the App Store. In the UK that's £7. But it is very useful, especially if you want to have a good roundup of everything that you need to know right there and then. So for me, I work in the UK, so obviously I have my UK time, but because it's an American site that I work for, I always have Eastern time as well. So I've got American time and my own time, as well as my local weather, my calendar, just a quick look at my calendar, emails, just a quick look at my inbox, mentions on Twitter, so I make sure I respond to everybody. And I had one on there, now I can't remember what it was. So that was an RSS feed, so I can just stick that on there, and I've got all of today's iPhone's articles on there. Once you've finished customizing it and making sure everything's as you want it, hit the green tick button in the left hand top corner, and that's it done. Very simple, very good looking. There are some improvements that could be made, but I'm sure that's more to do with restrictions with services rather than the app itself. It would be nice to be able to reply to emails directly from the app, and tweets obviously, but then those are restrictions that will be put there by the accounts or services in question rather than the app itself. A little bit more detail in the weather would be nice, and the weather block itself, actually, as far as I can see, or as far as I've seen so far, I haven't been able to adjust the size of that, so it would be nice to have a more detailed, better looking weather bar. And there have been a few bugs. I had a few bugs with my Twitter, taken a while to update with tweets. We were testing it earlier, it took a little while for them to come through, and then at one point the app just crashed. And here's one thing that kind of irks me a little bit as well. If you twist it into landscape mode, it completely disorganizes the whole lot. It doesn't adjust the sizes to match the same layout. It just kind of throws them around all over the place, which obviously isn't great if you like it a set way. But that's that. If you want to download it, you can. I will leave a link to the App Store in the description box as always. But that's Status Bar by Panic. And I'm Cam. I'm at TIP_Cam on Twitter. Feel free to ask me any questions. If you want to ask me any questions about this, completely understand, because it's not a cheap app. So feel free at TIP_Cam, and as always, I will see you again soon.